Hey, this is LeBauer, and today I'm going to teach you how to create a six-figure physical therapy business. So what you're going to learn right now are the 6 ways to make 6 figures as a physical therapist. But before we get into the content, please hit the subscribe and like button and click the little notification bell so you get notified of upcoming live videos and our new blog posts that we put out to YouTube. We'll be doing more YouTube videos specifically for you over the course of the next few months, so make sure you don't want to miss it. So today, what you're going to learn are the 6 simple ways to create a 6-figure physical therapy business. And there's just a few things you need. So before we get into that, I want you to know my name is Dr. LeBauer. I am a physical therapist. I am a massage therapist. I am a yoga teacher, former semi-professional cyclist, a Sagittarius, and I love cool old things like vintage Vespas, Lambrettas. I have a VW Vanagon, etc. For the last 8 years, since 2013, I've been coaching other physical therapists how to launch, grow, and scale their physical therapy businesses to create even more time, income, and impact. And one of the number one questions I get is, Aaron, how do I make 6 figures? Like 6 figures as a physical therapist feels almost impossible, especially graduating PT school and coming out with $100,000, $150,000, even $350,000 in student loan debt just from PT school. And yes, I've worked with people that have multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt and help them launch and grow successful cash-based practices, specifically Matt Zanis, who's out in Scottsdale, Arizona. And he came to me as a new grad. He had been doing a post-grad residency and was getting ready to start a clinical rotation. Wanted to start his own business. And he was telling me he was almost securing $50,000 in financing for this. And he was really worried that if he went and did the financing and add on top of his $260,000 in student debt, he was just going to be underwater, and how did he have to do it? So what we did is we put him through my course, The Cash PT Blueprint. And through the course, he was able to launch and grow his business to multiple 6 figures and create an amazing impact for the patients and financial freedom for himself. So I've had this same experience with dozens and dozens of people over the year. Many of them go on to my Platinum Mastermind program so that we can scale up their business, hire their first or next employee, and free themselves from their business so that they no longer have a job. People like Amanda Worley, who is actually right now in the process of hiring new staff. She's moved from a mobile business to in-person, and others like Ben Baggy, who did 6 figures right out of school and started working together with me doing $22,000 a month. But what really moved him forward, and I was just on the phone with him yesterday, what really moved him forward to 65 was hiring other PTs. And then what's allowed him to open location number 2 in LA. He went from Oakland to LA and then back to Iowa to open location 2 and 3 was to take himself completely out of the business. So we're not there yet. This video, we're going to talk about how do you make 6 figures. So if you're thinking, there's no way I could make 6 figures in my own business, or I'm struggling and maybe I'm doing $3,000, $5,000 a month and I made $76,000 last year. How do I get to 6 figures? The problem is you're thinking with your current product, service, and pricing. And you're like, well, how do I possibly do that? Because I'm seeing 28 people a week. I'm barely surviving, or maybe I'm not even seeing 20 people a week. I am seeing, only 10, and I'm nowhere close. Well, this is the same problem that my coach, Bedros Keuilian, shared with me when he said, Aaron, in the next few years, I want you generating $3 to $5 million a year. And I was like, okay, B, that sounds great. But how am I going to generate $3 to $5 million in a year? He said, well, you're thinking with or in terms of your current products, pricing, and programs. He's like, you'll be raising your rates. There'll be more people in your mastermind. And as the mastermind grows, the price will go. And, then that's how we get there. So we have to do math with different numbers. So in order to create a 6-figure business, there's a couple things you need to be successful. One, you need to know your avatar. So you need to know who your perfect patient or customer or client is. You need to know your avatar. You need to know what their name is, what color hair they have, where they go shopping, how many kids they have, how much they earn, where they like to work out, where they get their hair done, what color clothes they wear, where they shop online, what Facebook groups they're in, etc. My challenge to you would be to write a 500-word essay describing a very specific person, so that when you go and write content for your website, your ebooks, online, you come to YouTube, you know exactly who you're speaking to. I know when I create videos, YouTube videos for my channel, LeBauer PT, I know I'm speaking to Jenny and Robert. I just know that. So I'm speaking to them. And I'm not speaking to everyone. I'm not speaking to you guys. I'm speaking to Jenny and Robert, or just really Jenny. Because I know when Jenny comes in, she's going to bring Robert in. You need to know your niche. Your niche is not the techniques you've learned, and it's not the body part or problem you solve. Your niche is who you help and the transformation you help them achieve. So at LeBauer Physical Therapy, we help active people in Greensboro stay fit, healthy, and strong without pain meds, injections, and surgery. LeBauer Consulting, I help passionate physical therapists scale their time, income, and impact without relying on insurance companies. So that means you can start a cash practice or an online business or contract somewhere. You're just not relying on insurance companies, and you're passionate and you're willing to do whatever it takes to help your patient. That's my niche, and very close to my avatar. My coaching avatar is a combination of, let's say, Jess and Ben. So who's your proven offer? So really, I will say, well, it's Ben. I describe Ben. Jess is, the other variation. She had a part-time travel job, but also doing online sales, Wonderlust PTs. And the pandemic came around. She lost her travel job. Okay. So she went all in on her business, enrolled in the mastermind program. And the first thing we did, paid for her year in the program. And she's more than doubled her revenue from $65,000 to $120,000 a year, all online. Nuts, right? But totally possible, totally deserving. Both Ben, Jess, Amanda, Elizabeth, they're all on the track to generating even more income, more time for themselves and their family, and more impact for their patients and communities. So you know your avatar, you got your niche, you need a proven offer. Whether it's a free lead magnet or enrolling people into your physical therapy program. Excuse me. So you need a proven offer and sales process. So are we selling physical therapy? Are we selling a course? No, we are selling the transformation that we defined in the niche. And then you have to price it accordingly or correctly. I know physical therapists who've generated 7 figures, $1 million with a $75 PDF. And I know others that have done the same with $35,000 programs. So the less you charge, the more volume you need. I mean, I know physical therapists who are doing that with $5 and $20 margins doing retail and drop shipping. So you need a proven offer. You need something that works, and then you have to price it correctly. How do you know how to price your services? Well, I can't tell you exactly, but think about this. What's the value that you deliver for people? What's the transformation that you help them make? And what's the problem you solve? And if that problem's worth $10,000, you can charge $1,000. If the problem's worth $100,000, you can charge $10,000. I mean, you could charge 1% less. But when we're creating effective sales, think about delivering so much value that the person's like, there's no reason I wouldn't do this because I'm getting $1,000 worth of value for $100. So when you're treating someone one-on-one, you really need to be treating in the 150 up zone, like even 200, 250. I know people charging $350 and $450 for 1 hour of physical therapy, and others charging $75 or even $25 a muscle to do dry needling, and they're struggling. The people who charge more have more time, more impact, and can scale their business faster. So Here are 6 ways to make $100,000 per year. And let me see if I can help draw this out a little bit. Let's see. Are you getting this? I would love to know. Like, drop a little comment below. Let me know what your number one insight is, or what's been most helpful for you about this. Let's see if this is going to want to come up. Boom. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So there's 6 ways to generate $100,000. Let me see if I can do you want to come on? I was going to try to bring on my iPad. Let's see if I can do this. Turn it off, turn it back on. And I would love to draw it out. So there's 6 ways to make $100,000. I mean, number 1 is charge $100,000. How simple is that? Charge $100,000. Like, what would you do for someone for $100,000? Would you travel around the country with them? You know, get on their private jet and fly with them and, you know, prep their meals every day and work out with them and write their program and treat them like once a week, maybe every day. You know, you train them. Maybe you're a massage therapist and PT like me. You do a little massage some days. You do some high-level training. On other days, you do corrective exercises. Right? So here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Boop, boom, boom. There it is. And I want to do this guy. Oh, I don't want to crop split screen. I want to do picture in picture. Aha. Let's see. Let's do this. Ah, there we go. Okay, got it. All right. So 6 ways to make 6 figures. Actually, I just gave you a bonus. So it's 1 person, 1 times, let's make this guy a little bigger. So you need 1 person, 1 patient times $100,000. So just imagine someone paid you $100,000, $8,400 a month. And what could you do for them? Like, why would that be important to them? Like, what would that service look like? Okay, that's not super realistic, but I know people out there who've been the personal physical therapist for executives who fly around the world, and they do this kind of thing. I don't know what they're charging them, or they're working for executives or high-level athletes. Like, what does LeBron James's physical therapist do for him? Or even Kobe. Kobe had a personal physical therapist. I think those guys might have had the same person. I don't know if she was employed by the Lakers as much as employed by them. But I do know acupuncturists who've been flown around the country to go to their clients' homes, NFL football players, and they're charging like $350 an hour, and the guys will fly them in, and they'll treat like their whole defensive line, like all 8 guys, Thursday and Friday before the game on Sunday, or Friday and Saturday, like Thursday, Friday, so they give them a day or 2 before the game on Sunday, and they fly them in. I mean, that's she's probably making like $5,000, if not $10,000 on a weekend. Do that 12 times a year. Okay, so the other thing you need, let's go more realistic and say if you're charging what we're charging, you need 4.5 patients per month on a $19.98 program. All you need are 4.5 patients a month. Okay, so 1 month 5, 1 month 4, so about 1 person a week to buy a $2,000 program at your clinic or your online business. I've done both, online and in the clinic. Generally, we get about 15 new patients a month. And I've sold my course, The Cash PT Blueprint, for $19.97. And I've had anywhere from 6 to 25 people enroll per month on autopilot, depending on whether I'm doing a live webinar that month or a special or something else. Okay, you might say, oh, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do for $2,000. Well, a typical 8-visit plan of care in our clinic is $19.98, and we see people about once a week. So you might be saying, oh, I don't know about that, Aaron. You got something special, and maybe you're right, but I've taught dozens of people how to do the same. So let's see, okay, 8.4 patients times $1,000. Okay, all you need to do is enroll 8.4 patients or clients every month for $1,000, and you've got 6 figures. Okay, now what we're talking is at $1,000, let's say you did an 8-visit plan of care times $1,000. Let me just do my math. That's $125 a visit. Not bad. I think that's a little low. But at one point in my life, about 9 years ago, we were charging $125 a visit. Okay, you need 11 people at $199. I know and work with many people who are charging $199 per visit. The people that have the best success still enroll patients into a plan of care, and it works out to about $199 or maybe $190 on a paid in full package. But that's 11 visits a week. Totally doable. That's 2 patients a day. Wouldn't you say that you could probably figure out how to build a business to generate 2 patients a day? Let me know below. I'd love to know. Let me know in the chat or the comment below. Okay, let's say you're like, oh, $200 a visit. I don't want to charge that. Okay. Well, then really you only need, what happened here? You need 12 people at $175 a visit. So wouldn't you say the difference between $175 and $199? I mean, that seems like a lot, right? But that's just one more patient a week. So maybe you'll feel comfortable about it, but let me put it this way. If you're going to help Mrs. Jones get back, recover from her knee pain so she can get back to CrossFit, so she can feel strong, healthy, and like a good role model for her daughter, wouldn't you say the difference between $1,000 and $2,000 is pretty small to give her that result? Okay, and one more way to make 6 figures as a physical therapist in a physical therapy business is to see 28 people at $75 per week. So 28 people per week per visit. Or what do you have to do if you're going to sell a $75 download? Okay, that's $1 million divided by $75. That's 13,333 downloads at $75. Okay. Now, which one would you rather do? Would you rather see tons of people for less money, or would you rather spend meaningful time with your patients and charge what you're worth, or even still charge undervalue even though you're charging a lot? So I hope that by the end of this video, you understand exactly what you need to do to create 6 figures in a physical therapy business. Now, once you generate 6 figures in gross profit, then your next challenge is to generate 6 figures in net profit. So take home. Like, how do you take home $8,400? What you have to do is you have to start looking at, how do I get myself out of the business, stop trading time for money by automating online sales or hiring other physical therapists to treat patients? And then we can talk about, how do you bring home $8,400 a month to your bank account? And you're not on pay, maybe you're on payroll, but you're not taking home someone used this word the other day. It wasn't a word for a salary. It was like, and I was like, no, as a business owner, you are on salary, but you can be on salary, but there was another term for it. And I was like, you're not a servant, an employee servant of your own business. You generate profit. So there are just one more thing I want to share with you. There are plenty of businesses out there that are doing 6 figures, even 7 and 8 figures. Like, there are 8-figure businesses out there, and the people that own them aren't bringing home 6 figures a year because they're not following a profit first model. They've not organized their business in the correct way. So if you have a 6-figure business and you'd like to scale it so you can generate 6 figures in profit, I'd love to get on a free scale session and strategy call with you. all you got to do is send us a message and say, scale me up, Scotty, right? If you're launching your physical therapy business and you're not yet at six figures, would love to help you get there. My course, the Cash PT Blueprint, is designed to get you to $5,000 a month or your first 10K. And some people use that to get to six figures. And if you're interested in that, we've got a free training. It's LeBauerConsulting.com/launch. There'll be a link below the video. Just check that out. If you'd like help scaling up, send us a message. Just send me a message that says word private. Let's do that one. Just say, hey, private, and we'll talk about how we can get you onto a call with myself or one of my team to do a full business audit and show you exactly how we can help. And if we feel like a good fit, we'll talk about how we can make this work together. Thanks so much. Don't hesitate to subscribe, click the like, hit the notification bell, and please drop a comment below and let me know what was most helpful for you and share this with your friends. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.